Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic and wonderful and great. Everything here is, it just is. It just is. It's been a pretty bad week, honestly. To be honest with you, I felt like a complete waste of space this week. I felt like I haven't done anything correctly. I've upset everybody in my life. My car has been broken. By the way, I got the car back today. It's unfixable. They can't fix it. There's no parts available for it for undetermined amount of time. The only way I could fix it is if I were able to find used parts, and then they could try to make those used parts work. But chances are, that's like, it's a computer module, so chances are that's taking a shot in the dark kind of thing. So the car can't be fixed, but it's drivable. I just don't have any ABS brakes, and I won't. But I made it through the winter without them, so whatever. This project, I'm giving up on the door hinges. I bought 25 hinges. They won't work. These claim to be 1/4 inch overlay, which they are. I think they actually do only overlay 1/4 of an inch. But the door needs like 3/8 of an inch to swing. So if I mount this on a 3/4 inch piece of plywood, it needs more room to swing than the 1/4 inch that they claim, which means I can't have another door right here. So these are completely useless to me. So I'm giving up on having doors on this project, or at least overlay doors. I might do inlay doors with hinges. Haven't decided yet how I'm going to approach this. I only ordered 18-inch drawer slides, and it's a 20-inch deep cabinet, so I've got room to push everything in the extra space if I want to do inset, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing instead of this. But now I have 25 useless hinges. That's another failure. It's been a week of failure. It's been a week of completely feeling like I've let everybody in my life down. I've not been a good partner. I've not been a good father. My work has suffered. Like, everything has suffered. So we're going to try something new next week. All of this is to say, next week I'm going to attempt something new. It's something that I've been thinking about for years now, and I'm just going to do it, and we're going to see what happens. I talked in the past about it, and I was going to do it on the gaming channel, but the honest truth is I don't have space in my life to try to run another channel. And this is the only one I really care about. Like, even if I were to do regular gaming content over there, I would still want to be doing this. And so I'm going to try to hybridize it. Part of the reason I haven't done that is because this channel has no focus, and that goes like against YouTube's method of pushing channels out to people. So if I start doing a bunch of board gaming content on this channel, then YouTube thinks I'm doing board gaming content, and they'll send these types of videos out to board game people, and they're going to watch this and be like, what is this? I'm not watching this. And that just makes my channel do worse. But the reality is, I've been at 24,700 and something subscribers now for 4 years. Like, it's not going to get any worse. There is no worse. Like, I've got the 30 or 40 of you here that are going to stay here no matter what. I'm not going to lose views by doing new stuff. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to, next week, in 2020, when everything went to crap and Em and I started really looking at this house and what we wanted to do with it, one of the things was my basement was just full of stuff. And it all needed to go away. And some of that was my games. I had about 400 board games, and I culled that down to under 75. Right around 70, actually. I probably have more like 80 now, but I have been just trying to cull the collection as much as I can over the years. So I got rid of I just unloaded like 300 and some games, just gave them away. Literally gave them away. Didn't even sell one of them. So I said back then that I was wanting to do a video series on these are the games I kept and why. And people were interested in that. I had a few people say I'd love to see that. So that's what we're going to do next week. I'm going to try to do 5 like semi-produced videos. They're not going to be stuff I would put on the gaming channel, so that it's going to be more like what I did with Ark Nova recently, where I've got 2 cameras running and I'm just talking, and so it's still going to be the Daily Shed. The problem that I have with doing that kind of content is I'm doing it because I want to talk about some of these older games in my collection, but also because I want to try. Like, I want to actually put effort into the channel and see if we can grow it a little bit. So to do like a focused week like this means that there's not going to be... I can't do me stuff, meaning like it's not going to be where I spend 2 or 3 minutes of the show just talking about my day and my life. It's going to be, these are going to be 5 focused episodes in a row. Like, we're going to focus on 5 games, or probably more like 7 or 8 games. I think there's going to be a couple of days, looking at my collection, I think there's going to be a couple of days where there's 2 games in one video. Not positive yet, but I'm going to try to plan them out a little bit. I'm going to try to figure out what I want to talk about with each game, and then do just like I'm doing right now, no script or anything, just let's talk. And we'll see what happens. It's just a week, right? Hopefully, those of you who enjoy listening to me talk and enjoy, board games will enjoy those videos. For those of you that like workshop stuff or my personal life stuff, it's going to be missing for a little bit. And the intention is not to transition this show into a review channel or whatever, or this becomes the gaming channel, or this becomes the workshop channel, or whatever. It's just to do this occasionally. It's to try to take chances on 5 episodes worth of content, do a short little mini series within the greater scope of whatever the Daily Shed is. Because honestly, the Daily Shed's more important to me. It's more important to me because of the legacy of it. March, I think we're just like less than 2 weeks away from, or exactly at 2 weeks, 10 days maybe. Very, very soon is the 6-year anniversary of this show. And so I have a lot of pride in that. I have a lot of pride in 1,500 and some episodes, or whatever we're at now. And I want to keep that rolling. And I also want to do this other stuff. And so I'm going to try to figure out a way to do it all at the same time. And hopefully you'll stick around for that. So I'm going to spend a weekend doing stuff with the kids. We've got birthday party tomorrow. We've got lots of traveling because of sporting events and SAT tests and a whole bunch of other stuff. And we're going to try to stay busy. And then next week we'll see what happens. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll be able to do these 5 episodes and then have a breather, and then talk about them the following week. Oh, that was the thing I wanted to mention. The part about it that concerns me is a lot of times we'll do a talk on the show, like these hinges, where I mentioned I was going to try this and blah, blah. And then some of you leave some good suggestions, good comments. That allows me to, the following day, do a little bit of a follow-up. Like, oh, yesterday you mentioned this. I'm not going to be able to do that with the board gaming stuff because it really needs to be... When I make a video about a thing, it needs to be about that thing, and that's it. Because that's when people go searching and they see that video, if there's me talking about bullshit, they're just going to go away. And that completely defeats the point of me doing the video about the thing. So it's going to be a little weird, I think. But we're going to try it. Hopefully you're okay with that. Hopefully you're along for the ride for whatever I try. I would say I could link you to my collection, but I took all of that out of BGG, so I don't really have a way to show you the games in my collection in case you want to hear about any of them. Hopefully I just pick some games that are interesting to hear about next week. We'll see. That's all I have for you now. Let me know what you're going to do this weekend, especially if you're going to do anything exciting or play games. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Nope, Monday. We just talked about that. What the hell, Chevee? Today's word you should know to sound smart is levity. It is a noun meaning a lack of appropriate seriousness or inconstant in nature. Love, which is the essence of God, is not for levity, but for the total worth of man. Ralph Waldo Emerson, American poet, essayist, and transcendentalist. Levity, L-E-V-I-T-Y. I think that I exist in a state of perpetual levity. I am always the person cracking jokes. Obviously dad jokes, right?